Vica, first, thank you for taking the time to chat with us today. Um, if you just recently competed in the U.S. Paralympic Trials, and so first of all, what was that experience like? It had been, what, 8 years since you last competed at trials?
Yeah, it's been 8 years. 8 years ago, it was completely different. I think, the director said it well, Erin Povovich. She said we didn't have cameras, we didn't have being on TV or getting interviewed after each race. Some swimmers even said, it was a whole new thing. And,
Mm.
being experienced and a part of the different each 4 different years is awesome. 4 years ago, even with Paralympic trials during COVID, it was hard. We had COVID, so only one parent could go. And, I think even 8 years ago too, um, we just had family members and friends. You had to invite people to compare today where there was a lot of people watching it, and I don't know the count, but I think Erin said it was more than about like 500,000 people were watching it. And I think that's a great experience and feeling, wow, you on TV. And even I think I want to say this one race because you swim sometimes by yourself, but when I was swimming the 50 back from the start, you get the camera on you and you don't know, it's like, okay, don't make silly faces or don't do something weird. And I remember there was the swimmer behind me and he's like, you got this, Vika, just show who you are. And,
Mm.
so I walked out, I'm proud of how far I've come, as well as just showing, hey, you can do anything you want. And even if it's okay, if it takes time, that's the better, instead of rushing it and, messing up. If I didn't started swimming, I don't know where I would be today. My parents, and then I think definitely this person named Fred Lambach, who started my career, and how far I've come today from starting being only 8 or 9 years old to now competing at the Paralympic level. So
What was your, I guess, your favorite memory from your week in Minneapolis?
I think my favorite memory in Minneapolis is like when my family came.
Mm.
My family would, part of them was here in Minneapolis, and then part of them drove up from Iowa. So it was awesome just have them see me swim, and they've helped me go over challenges too, from being being scared of water. I think my family being there, it was amazing, because every time I would come out, I would see them in the sands, and they're going wild. And so I think even there's a picture. My family made shirts, and each person had a letter, and it said
Mm.
"Go Vika," and
Oh,
it was so cute because I never thought they would do. You never
yeah.
think of that, and see them in the stand, and you're like, oh, no way, they made shirts. And so it was just really cool having them there and having people supporting us throughout our journey.
Awesome. And now
So
talk about the races you competed in, and just how pleased were you and just how you competed over the week.
So at first, I was going to do 5 events. I was going to do 50 fly, 50 back, 100 free, 100 breast, and 2 IM. I decided to scratch the hundreds, just because I wanted to focus on my 50 and 200 IM, and those are my best events. My 50 fly, I'll say it was pretty good. One thing is hard is being disqualification or disqualified is different from like a college or even like a swim club level.
Right.
um they watch you like a hawk, and I was in lane 8, and so you have that feeling. I'm like, okay, don't mess up, but you want to go best time. And I got disqualified, but it got overturned, and which is that process, the overturn process is long. You have to go through like documents, and then they go into another organization where they find, okay, what is the real problem. But mine got overturned, and that's a relief, but that's also meaning you got make sure you don't do something worse again.
Mm,
And I think after that, I made sure I was doing everything correctly.
mm,
And then I think my time was okay. I would have wanted to go a little bit faster, just because a time change plus doing a couple other things with my family had a little setback, which isn't bad. Even going through this meet, I said to myself and my mom and my coach, I said, I just want to go and have fun.
mhm,
Caleb Dressel said it the best way. You want to have fun and you want to remember it, because that will mean so much more in your future career. And so I think that's how I helped me go through this rest of me too. So then my 50 back again, that was one of my favorite events, I think, just because I was able to show who I am, from my backstrokes to start.
mm,
I have a rope where it helps me to reach the blocks. And there's another swimmer where she has the same problem, but instead of using the rope, she has somebody holding her feet, um, just to make sure you're following the right rules. And so I think there's a picture that is so cool that I love, and I'm gonna save it forever, for my backstroke. My 200 IM, it and then it's always the last day. It doesn't matter if it's your first event or different meets, but I think for me, especially for my last day, it's always the hardest.
yeah,
um because all your emotion, you have emotion, anxiety, everything is very high.
yeah,
And I think at one point I just had a breakdown because it's the last day and I'm tired. You're tired, and I just couldn't. I think I just got overwhelmed and
mm,
overthink my race, and so um, I think if I didn't do that, I would have done a little better. But at the same time, I knew what was going to happen, and it's okay because not just me. I did not, well, not just me, I'll say, but some other people added too, just because it's always the hardest day. And then I think to wrap it up, um, I was able to go to the ceremony at the US Bank Stadium, the Viking Stadium, and that was really cool. And I think that's cool that they have the opportunity to go into a stadium and just, celebrate who made the team. I'm lucky that I've come this far, because you can't I can say that not a lot of people get this far, and I'm thrilled for everybody who made it on Team USA. It will be exciting Paralympic Games to watch this summer. So
for sure, for
yeah.
sure. It's definitely a core memory, most definitely. Um, and I guess so now what's next for you? Are you, I guess now you're preparing for your senior year here. Are you planning to compete again when the Paralympic trials and nationals come up again? Or was that kind of, it for you? Are you hanging up your cap for Paralympics?
I think right now I'm gonna still do some Paralympic meets. I still want to swim. Swimming is one of the greatest exercise for as a little person, and it releases stress in your bones and your muscles, and it prevents surgery.
Mm,
I also want, I think, help other swimmers to show how far you can come, and right now I could say there's a dwarfism competition, so our LPA conventions going on, and I want to make sure people are excited about doing sports.
mm,
We need a little bit more attention, from that, and making sure people wanting to do activities, wanting to be fit, or not fit, but just getting excited and
yeah.
getting healthy. I don't know about trials in 2028. I would have to see. I'm actually later on in the future, I'll be talking to Aaron Popovich, just to see what I can do and how
Yeah.
much left at time, or if I'm able to go to the OPTC and train out there in Colorado Springs, or going and yeah, and going and finding a master program and still be able to do what I love, compete and show everybody who I am.
Most definitely. Well, Vika, know that Lion Nation, we are so proud of you. We are so proud of just the way you've represented, USA, Emmanuel, yourself. Just we're really proud of just how, like you said, how far you've come and how you've just shown who you are in the process. So thank you again for taking the time to chat with us today. And we can't wait to see you in August.
Yay!
All right. Bye.
Hey, goodbye.